Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Digital Degenerates podcast. I think I fucked that
The
one
what?
too. The Digital Degenerates podcast. I do this like every time. I don't know why you guys are surprised. But anyways, yeah, we took some time off. We're back after 2 weeks of not having an episode. So sorry about that. If you're really upset, then I guess you're a true fan.
Go
And if
fuck
you're-
yourself.
If you're not upset about it, then yeah, Grimmy said go fuck yourself.
Direct you to the complaints department.
Yeah. File with Grimmy. His email is grimmy@idon'tgiveafuckaboutYou.com.
Yeah, file it there. You'll go directly to the recycling bin where
He has an auto delete feature on his email.
I do.
So how are you guys? How's everybody
My-
doing?
My actual work email has fucking that. It's actually quite obnoxious.
It has auto delete.
It does. They're like, remember I sent you that email like 2 weeks ago? I'm like, yeah, but it's not there. And
Yeah.
they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, it's fucking gone.
Yeah, I set up this
I
rule. I
wonder
don't know
how
what it
that
does.
happened.
It seems like every email from you just goes into the trash bin.
Just instantly alt deletes itself. So, oh well.
Yeah, I think that's why I can never get hold of Grimmy anymore.
You can't get a hold of
I
Grimmy
got
anymore
you
because you
blocked.
literally haven't talked for 2 weeks because you're being pitiful.
I am.
I literally have just your name muted. So
It's true.
anytime that you say anything, I just
You just see
it
the
just
lips
doesn't-
moving.
Yeah, it's just muted. I just try to pick out, like that NFL like lip reading.
Yeah.
Like that's what I do. I just hope that it's something funny. Which it probably. I mean, if it's me
I think she
thinking
was
it,
just
it's gonna
saying
be
you have
funny.
a big dick.
Nah,
No, that's a lie.
That's what I read. I don't know. I'm bad
that's.
at
I
lip
mean,
reading,
that's
though.
what I got out of it.
So
No.
oh, we've been gone a while, so we've got some decent stuff to talk about today.
Be gone next week too.
yeah. Well, we're gonna go on vacation again, so sorry, no episode
Going.
next week.
Where
We're
are you
going to
going
the
on
beach.
vacation?
Again.
That's
Let's
so
go to the
weird.
beach.
We're going
Let's
to a
get
different
away.
beach.
Hey, something say. I'm Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj.
That's so weird that you have to go on vacation to go to the beach.
Yeah, well, we don't all live on a beach like you.
I just find it strange.
I don't have to
You're
drive. I have to
strange.
drive more than 20 minutes to get there.
Yeah, it's quite lovely.
Are you okay? She looks.
Oh,
She just heard a ghost.
she's in distress.
She
I
is.
feel like most of the houses in the UK are haunted.
Well, I'm sure I just heard the front door.
I didn't see
Yeah, well,
anything.
we saw it open a little bit and then close.
Fuck off.
The door behind her starts closing.
Starts closing a little bit.
Don't even talk about that.
Sammy hates when I watch that kind of stuff on TikTok.
You have like a window back there. It's like a little head that pops up, like pierced through the window.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
almost nighttime, so it's like a little bit. It's just getting dark, so we could just see a shadow that goes
It
through that
is.
window.
No, it is, and I'm here completely on my own.
Well, you're not alone with whoever is stalking you right now, so hopefully that brings you comfort.
See, if only you
Thanks.
had a gun.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
No, that
No. I have a unicorn lip gloss.
looks like a sex toy.
Too small.
Oh, okay. Seems just right for me.
Okay, seemed about average, but
That is too small. It will get lost.
Oh,
Yeah.
depends on where it goes, I guess. Speaking of TikTok, what's the craziest TikTok challenge y'all have ever seen?
the
Like-
stupidest fucking thing that I've seen
yeah. What's the stupidest?
is that new one where it's normally two girls and they fucking it's some song and they're like walk you like a dog or something like that, where she like slaps them and they turn around and she like does like a wheelbarrow, or one girl gets all on all fours and the other one pretends she has a leash and the other one shakes her ass as they like fucking bear crawl. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've seen, and it aggravates me every time it comes across my feed.
That is not
Um,
on my feed. at
yeah,
all.
It
I
will
don't
be when
see
I
that.
so I'm gonna lucky for you guys, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to send it to you so it gets put into your algorithm and you'll see
No.
more of it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Got to play the algorithm.
Yeah, that's how TikTok works. If
I will literally shove this up your piss hole.
we all know that's not possible right now, so I have nothing to fear.
Well, I just got paid. I will buy a flight specifically to you.
threats.
That'll get confiscated before you get on the flight.
Yeah, you won't even make it.
You can't bring a shiv on a
way.
flight, Mints. I don't know if you've been on one lately.
Something's by your door, and it just went dark.
No, it's right. I don't even know. I can't because I locked the door, and I'm sure I heard someone try and open it.
Because there was.
No, because if there was, I've got to go.
Listen, if you get killed while we record, it's great content. So just look at it as like a bigger picture.
Plus, we have proof.
No.
Except we won't be able to tell who it is because your background's blurred. So
Yeah, it's blurred. So right then and there, it just does us no good.
we'll just know that somebody murdered you.
But as a content creator, it's good for us. It'll get us views.
No, I'm scared.
Mince dies on podcast, ?
Mince is haunted.
Title. Mince house haunted ?
I do agree with that, though. I'm pretty sure that most houses in the UK that are like old as fuck are probably haunted.
Is your place pretty old?
I mean, according to the wallpaper, it's definitely over like 40 years old.
It's definitely from the 50s.
Oh, I mean, I would probably say that these flats were built in maybe the 50s. Yeah, I would easily
Definitely haunted.
from the 50s.
Definitely
Haunted.
So, and then, I mean, I've been in houses which are like 130, 150 years old.
Would you guys willingly stay in like a haunted hotel or like a haunted house for like a night?
Absolutely no.
No.
You will never catch me doing that.
I don't even think I would just go into it just for shits and gigs.
Oh,
Not even in the light of the day would you catch me in any sort of fashion where I could get possessed by some evil spirit and bring it into my home. Do you want to know why I don't buy old houses? I'm not getting haunted.
I almost bought a house that was built in 1890.
Nope.
Definitely haunted.
It was an old Victorian, and it had what I really liked about it was the basement had original red brick on the bottom of it, which was like super fancy in that era. But I liked it a lot. But my downfall was there was not enough yard space, and I had to like share. The driveways were kind of like together for like the neighbors, so like the end of my driveway was like shared. I didn't like it.
See, that's just too close to be.
I have had a couple of like incidents over the years.
In your flat?
Yeah, and in a place I lived previously as well.
Let's hear it. Let's hear your flat ghost stories. You know, I know that we're veering off track.
That's fine. Let's go.
But I want to run with this. I want to know your haunted story.
So
I have nightmares.
I'm sorry. I apologize. So not so much here, but where I used to live. I was home by myself, just watching TV. You know, generally just chilling. And I used to have a snake years and years and years ago. And the vivarium was like on the other side of the room, and it was like a big wooden one with like glass on the front. And I'm chaotic anyway, so I put things all over the place. And I had a photo album of Sienna, right? It had been there for weeks. Yeah, it wasn't just put there that night. It had been there for weeks. And it was laid flat. So say this is like the top of the vivarium, and then the photo album was like here. It wasn't even near the edge. And then I was just sitting there one night, and I swear to God, the fucking thing just flew off. It just flew off.
Definitely haunted.
That's pretty awesome.
Right? And I was there like... What?
Did Sienna ever have like an imaginary friend when she was growing up? When she was like little?
So she used to say in that house, she used to tell me that there were monsters in her room. In the corner.
Natalie had when I lived in Washington, in our apartment, which our apartments weren't old. It was like fairly new. But she had an imaginary friend named Tori. And I guess Tori liked to fuck with our shit. That was fun.
Yeah, stuff would move. And Sienna, I used to go into her room at bedtime because she was scared. It was probably for about 2 or 3 months, like not a long time. But she was like, "Mummy, I'm scared. There's something in the corner." So I would go in. And I'm like, "Right, I'm coming. I'm fighting you," and I'd like punch the air in the corner of the room, and then
you just bitch slapped a demon.
And that's when
pretty
your
much.
photo album got thrown on the floor. Like, bitch, you ain't gonna punch me.
Oh man, and like the stairs were really old and wooden, and like I would hear footsteps like creaking, and I was always on my own, and I was like, this isn't nice.
Sammy has an imaginary friend that still hangs out.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I do. So my family has like a entity that I actually, when I was little, I used to talk to him. His name was Buddy, or his name is Buddy.
Buddy's a demon.
He's not. He actually kind of just...
He's a Casper, the friendly ghost.
He is. You can tell, like, it was really weird. I didn't think he would follow us to Germany, but he did. And you can always tell because of, like, he has a certain smell. You can always tell when he's around. I think he was in Germany with us for a couple months. But he, like, visits all of my family members' houses who've, like, opened up their, mind or whatever and, like, allowed him into them, I guess, if that makes any sense. Like, not shutting off, but whatever. But, yeah, he hangs out. He came here, like, when we moved here. But, like, he literally just, like, he comes and, like, checks out the place, and that's it. Like... He just checks it out.
He just wanted to watch you guys have sex in your brand new house. He's a pervert.
And I absolutely believe in spirits and, souls and demons and stuff. Like, I 100%. Like, you will never, ever catch me fucking about with a Ouija board.
I will. I'll do it right now.
No, you won't. No,
I
you do off
will.
of this.
Yeah, no. Big no.
So
big, huge.
The only other one I have is, like,
had...
my papaw. My papaw has, like, visited me in my dreams. Because he passed, like, a couple months after we got married. He was the one that let me know what type of child. The sex of our child. He came to me in a dream and told me that he picked him for me. And at first I thought he was talking about Mike, and I was like, oh, okay. But then it was like, nope, here's my child. And so every now and then, and my papa had like silver, white, bright hair. That's all I remember him ever having. And every now and then, like, if I, like, look in the corner of my eye, I'll see, like, his hair. And I'm like, sup, dude, everything's fine. We're all good. But I've never had a bad one. That's why I refuse to buy old ass houses. You will never see me.
Antiques of any sort.
I love going antique shopping.
No.
I actually, in my house, I have an antique grandmother clock.
Wow.
A grandmother's cock?
A grandmother cock?
Clock. Grandmother clock.
So what's the difference between grandmother and
Size.
grandfather? So is grandmother bigger?
No, it's smaller.
Yeah.
It's just the size.
We want a grandfather clock, but those
I wanted
motherfuckers
one.
are expensive.
So if you find, especially if you're trying to find like an older one, they are super expensive. And the thing is you gotta have high ceilings. I don't have high ceilings.
Yeah,
so
I do.
Our living room
because
got 20.
so if you have high ceilings, it'd be good for it. That's why I got a grandmother one, because it's smaller.
See, we were gonna get one in Germany because they actually built them there and like sold them, like because the Bavarian region is like very big about clocks and all that. So like they actually like hand carved and like made these beautiful.
Like one of your clocks in the background. Your is that from Germany or is that from Switzerland?
No, it's from
Germany.
That's from the Bavarian region. It's the Black Forest.
Oh, okay.
Mine is like in the hallway behind him, and mine was also like hand carved from like the Bavarian region.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they wanted like 15,000 euro for them. Like,
they're stupid expensive. It's stupid. But
I mean,
I always hope
get it.
that
I guess they take like an entire tree to make. So
I wish I could find a doll.
And a lot of time.
Mm-mm.
You want a doll.
An old doll from an antique shop and like have it possessed. Like,
Grimmy just wants to hang out with ghosts. He wants to play Phasmophobia, but in real life.
Real life. I think it's pretty cool. I was actually talking. I think I was talking to Brittany about this the other night. Yeah, it was definitely the other night. I was like, we were watching that new movie. What was The Orphan? The first kill.
Mm-mm.
You ever see that
No.
movie?
Orphan.
Yeah,
Absolutely
we're
no.
not big on the horror movies, especially those kind.
Are you talking about the one that came out quite a few years ago?
There's one that came out a few years ago, and this one's like the sequel to it. But it's not a horror. It's not really a horror movie. There's no jump scares. It's more of like a thriller, like kind of like a slight gore to it. But it's nothing to where it's like a jump scare type. It's about this girl who's like has that weird dwarfism, or where she doesn't age. Like, you know how that they did a show on that girl on TLC about, she looked like she was like 12 years old, but she really was like 23 or some shit like that. So they have that what's it, that gene disability where she just doesn't look like she ages past a certain age. But anyway, we got to talking about that, and I was like, I was like, when you die, you know what I think you do? I think you just move to the fourth dimension. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, because you can't, I said, us being three-dimensional can't perceive the fourth dimension. I was like, but the fourth dimension can perceive the third dimension. So that's why you have ghosts that can move shit in the third, but we can't fucking touch them or see them.
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Isn't that fucking mind-blowing?
It does make a lot of sense.
AKA
Completely
the quantum
ignoring
realm.
The quantum realm. Let me just fucking fuck with you on that one, huh?
This has been Science with Grimmy.
This has been a little mind fucking.
Oh, it's called Syndrome X.
That's what it is. Okay, I couldn't think of it, but needless to say, if you haven't seen the movie, it is exactly like the first one, so don't waste your time.
No, won't bother. Thanks.
You're welcome.
The first one I was a bit meh about anyway, to be honest.
Oh, so you did see the first one?
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, same plot.
See, I kind of fell out of love with like the
Same
horror
plot.
movies and stuff like that whenever they were less like scary and creepy and more jump scary, like loud noises to make you jump. Like, that's not a scary movie. That's just annoying.
You ever seen The Nun?
No, I haven't seen any horror movies or any scary movies like that for like 10, 15 years. I think the last one I saw was like Hostel 3 or whatever.
Oh my god,
You're
Hostel is a
fucking
great film.
You're fucking up, dude. You're missing out on a lot.
The last one I saw, like, was it like The Fourth Kind or something like that?
The fourth. Oh, is that that's that alien one, isn't it?
Something like, all I remember from that fucking, I ran out of the theater. All I remember was
That's a pretty fucked up movie.
Like, owls were like the big thing.
Yeah.
And I could not function if I saw an owl for a long ass time after that.
What do you think is more scarier to you? Ghosts or aliens?
Ghosts, because there's actual like documented evidence of those. We don't actually know if aliens exist. Like, there's definitely like some spot on theories, but I don't know if there has to be, like, it's just one of those things, like, there has to be this. But we actually have,
but you have like all that shit where it's like, this is where people get abducted. So like, okay,
that was just somebody who did too much coke and blacked out, and then they woke up with their butthole hurting, and they're like, I must have been probed by an alien.
Okay, so you go to this house, or you have two houses you could go to, secluded areas. One's going to be haunted for sure, and the level of haunt is just, it's unknown. Or you could go to this other house where you're going to get abducted, but the trauma to it or what happens during the abduction is unknown.
See, I would rather go to the house that's haunted, because
But what if you get raped by a ghost?
I don't think that would happen.
Every time you yawn,
You'd never know.
a ghost is putting his penis in your mouth.
Yeah, like you yawn. Every time you yawn, you just get a fucking ghost stick in your mouth.
Ghost stick right in your
And you
mouth.
don't even know it. You're just like, man, that yawn tastes weird.
What?
I don't know
See,
why I do this
I would
gesture every
rather
time I
go-
yawn.
Every time
I
I
would
yawn
rather
and then
go
I
to-
cough, maybe it was just went too far.
Little dust particles in your mouth there.
Oh
wait.
shit.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be abducted by aliens because I really genuinely believe that they would do all sorts of like experiments on you and like open you up to see what you looked like inside and to see like all your intestines and like internal organs and stuff. Like, I really believe they would do that. Not because I think they would be doing it to be malicious. I think they would be doing it
For science.
on the path for science, like on the path for discovery, you know, and that's what I think. So I would much rather be in a haunted house and just deal with ghosts scaring me and shit, because I can just close my eyes and just ignore it. Do you know what I mean?
Can't ignore it.
You can't. No, there's no way. Listen, you can't close your eyes.
This is,
and
I'll just be like,
it's not the
"Oh,
weeping
it's gonna
angels
happen,
from
it's gonna
Doctor
you
Who.
ignore
Okay?
it.
You can't just.
I'll just be there going,
You can't
no,
just not
no,
look
no.
at them.
nah,
They go away.
that was not in the clause, okay? If I want to close my damn eyes, I'll
I
close
mean,
my
you
damn
can,
eyes.
but they're still gonna be there, fucking with you.
Yeah, but I'll just be like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Whereas if I'm being cut open by aliens and they fucking take out part of my liver, I don't think I'll survive.
I mean, you can.
I mean,
survive off
you
that.
might not survive from ghosts either.
Yeah, they could just possess you and then, or throw shit at you.
Like photo albums.
Yeah.
Or stab you or something. A floating knife. Stabbed you right in the gut.
Really think that I would rather shove a cactus up my ass than do either of those things.
I think I would go with the haunted house.
You know, you guys
Why?
have really compelling points about the, aliens, because I definitely think if I got abducted, it would definitely be Mike Gets Pegged 2022.
You're definitely getting the probe.
Getting an
and no-
alien probe right up the anus.
I am
Straight
telling you now.
Them, are you gonna probe him? Because if so,
Can I do
let
it?
me come with you. I'll
I
do
want to
it.
do it. Yeah. Imagine if they did it without you. You'd be fuming. You'd be like, these fucking alien motherfuckers.
I'd be so upset.
I'm going up there. You know what? I'm getting fucking Elon Musk on the line right now. We're taking a spaceship. We're gonna go fuck them up right now. You know what? Honestly, I don't think that I could ever go to space. I don't know. Something about deep space that kind of fucks me up.
Not even like what about the space station? It's like just an orbit.
No, man. I don't know.
What about like the Virgin like flight that just like flies into space and comes back? And like,
No.
all happens in like a day.
I don't know, man. Because you know when they're like, if you like go out into space, like they're like you'll just die instantly, like your head will pop. That is not fucking true. You will slowly die.
Suffocate.
Yeah, you will slowly just suffocate and die.
So the movie
And
Interstellar's not your forte.
No, God, no.
No.
I much rather go. Actually, I don't even know. That's also a
Would
hard
you
one
rather
to choose.
would you rather go to space or would you rather go to the bottom of the ocean?
I was
Bottom of
just
the
about to
ocean.
say that too, because I heard a thing, right? Because I like some creepy stuff that like comes over. Like if you search into like creepy Reddit and stuff like that, or if you go into like some real creepy shit, people have found and heard of some fucked up shit. And like the Mariana Trench is like
Yeah.
the most fucked up thing. They said that they kept getting a signal.
It's like a scream, wasn't it?
No, it was actually a signal. It was a Morse code every couple months that would go on for days, and it would randomly come up, and it was coming from there. And when they deciphered it, it would say the same thing every time. It said, "Don't come here. Don't come here." And it would play on loop for months on end. This would happen. And then eventually the box came up that was producing the sound. And they found it.
I mean,
Yeah,
they've
deep
got
is
signals like that from
scary.
space too, though, but they haven't deciphered what they are.
But that's what's fucked up. And I don't know, and that's a hard one for me. I don't know if I could go down into like the deep ocean versus going into deep space.
Deep ocean every time. Imagine the creatures you would see down there.
You wouldn't see shit. There's no light there.
Yeah, but you would take lights, obviously.
Yeah, but they would only go like 3 feet in front of you.
So I saw a video of a guy that went down to the bottom of the ocean in like a little kind of submarine type thing, but it was specifically designed to withstand the pressure of being that low. And it was like pitch black. Like the light, as you say, didn't go very far at all. And then they found some like really weird, like deep sea creatures. But because they're so far in the sea, they're like see-through. Yep. Because they've never seen the light. So these creatures are like almost completely transparent, and you can see all of their like organs and stuff and the way that they work. And I was like, that's amazing. And then I learned, right? So you know the anglerfish, yeah?
So thing with the little dildo on its head or whatever.
Did you know only the females look like that?
Nope. Really?
Mm-hmm. They are the females, and the male
one has it down near his like bottom fin.
No, so they are. Imagine your female anglerfish is like this big, yeah. The male is like this big.
Normal.
And what he does,
men are shit.
The size doesn't matter.
He will attach.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
He will attach himself to the female and like suction on, and then they become like fused together for life. And his job is to supply a constant supply of semen to the female anglerfish, and that's how they just keep reproducing. He is just there, literally just pumping it into her forever.
You know, there's worse ways to die.
Yeah, there's worse ways to go out. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about food, anything really. All he's got to do is just keep pumping, going to town. I mean,
that's it. That's genuinely true. Like, he gets all his nutrition from her because he's like become part of her, and he's just attached to the side.
That's what I want to be next.
What are we, an anglerfish?
Yeah, just come back as a male anglerfish. So you just...
Hey, male anglerfish. What are you doing down here? I'm just going to town, just doing my thing.
But it's just like attached to the female.
I literally serve one purpose, and that's to fuck.
And that's to fuck.
I have never heard of this Mariana Trench.
You've never heard of the Mariana Trench?
You've never heard of the Mariana? It's like 7 miles deep.
Now I'm looking at pictures and...
Wild.
So here's why I'll tell you. Here's why I'll tell you that I have a fear of the ocean. Is the things that scare me the most is like shipwrecks and like plane crashes like into the ocean and stuff. They freak me the fuck out. And I have this irrational fear for one reason and one reason alone. Playing
the Titanic.
Fucking Grand Theft Auto 5, and you can like swim out in the ocean and like you just see like this like downed airplane or whatever, and it just like it gave me like the biggest chills I've ever had. I don't even know why, but I was just like, because you can like if you're like flying a plane like above it, like you can see like the outline of this like shipwreck or this airplane wreck that like fell into the ocean, and I was just like, that is fucking creepy as hell. And I was like, I like the Titanic stuff like gives me the heebie-jeebies because it's like they literally go down there and the stuff just looks exactly like it was before.
Did you know they found the Titanic on accident?
Yeah,
They weren't ever looking for the Titanic. They were actually looking for a submarine, and they just stumbled upon the Titanic.
Like nobody thought to go look for this shit. Like
nope. Nope. They figured that due to like currents and stuff that the ship would have actually moved, so they never look for it.
Well, when it sunk, they didn't really have the technology to look for it.
Yeah, I know, but like nowadays, like you're like, well, you figure like fucking 40 years ago, you know, currents and stuff and, you know, deterioration. It's probably not even there anymore. It's not
just going to move because of the currents.
Fuck, you don't know. Actually, it's not that big. I don't know if you've actually taken like a size comparison from the Titanic to actual cruise line ships nowadays, but the Titanic is like super small.
Yeah.
It was the first of its kind, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like in comparison to like the stuff that we have nowadays, it's puny. It like doesn't even compare to the ship.
I remember seeing a comparison of it to like a ship, like a container ship or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like literally like minuscule.
Yeah, it's like an eighth of its size. It's wild. But I don't know. Fuck the I don't know. Fuck the
I would go down the ocean any day.
I don't know.
Any day.
I couldn't do it because
Like,
I don't
even-
have. So,
even
do
like,
you think then you would say, you and Mike, would you say you've got thalassophobia?
no.
No, but I feel like Mike does.
I do. 100%. Like
No.
even whenever we would go to the beach like as kids, and like my cousin would always like swim out to like the sandbar and like go get like sand dollars and stuff, I couldn't go down there. Like I would just stay up and just like watch him from the top. Like I also have
What is it you're afraid of? Is it just the fact that you don't know what's down
Yeah,
there, or do you
yeah,
think
it's
something's going to
exact-
come
like-
up and be like, "Rah."
like the fact that I don't know what's down there, and the fact that if I go down there, it's already too late for me to get away from whatever's down there.
It's
But-
the fact that we've explored more of space than we have our own oceans that really fucks me up.
Yeah.
I think we've only found like 20% of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's not much at all. But
There are
that's
more-
because the pressure is just too much. Like, it will literally crush you.
I mean, your city, you have like an entire planet like fucking on you at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be crushed. Like, your internal organs will crush, and then they will fail, and then you'll just suffocate and die.
I did listen to like on TikTok about the, like, you know, they find the Reddit stories and they read them out loud. Like, what's the highest paying job? And there is a job where you literally go into this pressurized chamber into the ocean, and you have to like live in this chamber to go like repair like gas leaks or lines or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're literally gone for a month underwater, but you have to stay in this chamber, and you have to like sleep in this chamber and stuff at different pressures. Like, it changes each day so that you can safely come up.
Yeah, because if you
Out
come
of
up
the
too
ocean.
fast, then like your head will explode.
Yeah, like your body explodes. Like, it just, your organs just like come out everywhere. Like,
It's like the nitrogen level or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jobs like that is fucking wild.
Or like
especially those
people
motherfuckers that climb up the
Yeah.
fucking radio towers
Yeah,
to change
to
light
change a
bulb.
light bulb.
Go fuck yourself.
Nuh-uh. Not for me.
Sammy has an extreme fear of heights too. So
extreme
but
fear.
no, watching that video, like watching the video of the guy like climbing the tower to change the light bulb, and like he's just like hanging off like with both of his hands like working.
I literally thought I was gonna pass out.
I was like hyperventilating. I was like,
I could show y'all the goosebumps on my arms just talking about it right now.
Yeah,
Because it's
no, that's
terrifying.
but then there was a dude with big enough balls to literally float up a balloon to space and fucking jump out and then land in a net. In a
Yeah, that's
fucking
nuts.
net.
Fucking wild. See those motherfuckers that go up in like the hot air balloons and shit, and they're like, "Oh, here's my parachute," and like an asshole, he's like, "I'm gonna throw it off and then go chase after it," and I'm like, "You're stupid. Like, who hurt you? What happened during your childhood that gave you this much trauma that you have to fucking jump out of a hot air balloon?"
No. I
Yeah.
would rather die. I
There's,
would
like-
rather die.
Those people that like wash the like skyscraper windows.
There's no way. I literally, I can feel myself falling through the phone.
I've
Oh,
I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
too many Spider-Man movies to know that those things never end well.
No. Well, when we went to the Shard after Craig proposed, we were on the 52nd floor of the Shard. Right, I could see
I'm
all
sorry,
of
did you say
London.
the shart?
It's where you shit your
Shard.
pants in the hotel.
Shard is the tallest. I think it's the tallest building in Europe.
That's not true.
And we were on the 52nd floor, and we were at a window seat, and I could see all of London like
Absolutely
in front
no.
of me. And I said to Craig, I was like, "Could you imagine being the window cleaner for this building?"
Okay,
Like,
but I have a
fuck
question.
that.
While you were up there, did you feel the building like swaying in the wind? So we had
I
a
wasn't right at the top.
we had a building that had a diner on it that we went to when I was in high school. I think we went there before prom, but it was at the very top of the tallest building in Oklahoma City.
Did you go to the Vast with your Amazonian ex-girlfriend?
No, it was
Oh.
with Ryan. I'm not gonna say his last name, but It was the Petroleum Club up there, and it was at the very top of the building, and it was like this fucking nice ass restaurant. But we're sitting there like eating, and like you can see like the water in the cups is just kind of like swaying, and like you could literally feel
Mike's
it.
never
Like
taken me to somewhere like that, guys.
you would never think that, like, when you come out of the building and you're back on like the ground, like you can like feel yourself kind of like going like this because your like brain was compensating for it the whole time. When you're like,
the
okay,
Eiffel Tower does that. The Eiffel Tower sways at the top.
yeah,
They have that
That's scary.
in Seattle. They got that. They have the restaurant on top of the Space Needle. I see. I can't do that shit because if I'm up there and they're like, "Hey, let's put you by this window," and I'm like, "I'm way up here." If something were to happen and this bitch goes down, like I don't have a means to try to save myself.
But doesn't the
I'm
Space
just
Needle
fucked.
have like glass floor like things, or you can like stand out?
Yeah, it's terrifying. It is quite terrifying.
Have you seen the video of that bridge somewhere in Asia that has
Yeah,
the glass
that you
floor
walk across a
and then
fucking
like
huge
the
canyon.
screens like crack, like it like makes it look like it's cracking, but it's just screens, and then people like
No.
freak out.
I'd panic.
I would
I
cry.
would panic.
I would
Do
cry.
you want to take me to the hospital for a ongoing panic anxiety attack that I cannot get myself out of?
No, that's
do you want to do that?
That's the reason we didn't go on the little bridge when we went to Neuschwanstein Castle.
It was closed actually, so
You know what's weird?
You can still
is
go over to it. You just couldn't
I-
cross it.
I would panic over shit like that, but when we went to Honduras, we went ziplining through the jungle, and I was super fucking high up going from like
But that
mountain
was
peak
fun
to
as shit,
mountain
wasn't
peak.
it?
But it was fun as fuck, man. Like I was
No.
hanging up there fucking like 250 feet above the fucking air, like just over the trees, cruising. And I'm like,
we did zip
this is
lining on
cool
our
shit.
honeymoon.
But if I were to fucking stand on top of like the edge of a mountain, I would piss my pants.
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah. No.
See, here's
No.
what I hated about zip lining though, is you always had to end at a lower point, so you had to go up like 50 flights of stairs to get to the top so you could go on the next zip line. And man, I'll tell you, I was fat and out of shape, and that sucked.
I forget how we did it, but it really wasn't that noticeable. Like
So,
climbing
like,
up because we
I
took a
could do-
bus up.
Ours was in Cancun.
I could do the zip lining, but it was the going off of the platform. It still really fucked me up. Like they had to kind of like
See,
Push you.
here's what I would pay good fucking money to watch. You know the fucking people who do the bungee jumping and like
No.
they like put you in a chair and like lean you back off of like the platform. I would
Yeah.
pay good fucking money to watch that happen to Sammy. And she
I
would
couldn't do it.
literally need 5 new pairs of underwear when she got done because she would just
need
continuously shit.
inpatient psychiatric help.
There's no way I would be able to do that.
I'd never ever.
When I
never.
got
Then
Or the
I
ones that
would
throw
turn
the
you
rope
over,
off, like the
and I would
fake rope
peg
off.
you for as long as it took me to get over it. Every day, there would be an amount of time, and we would have to subtract that time, and that's how long you would get pegged.
You know what's so when I got back from deployment, they have this thing called like a rush type deal where they take you on a trip you pick, and it's meant to like kind of like give you like an adrenaline rush from being back home versus being overseas or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, here's your 2 picks. You can either go white water rafting, right, down this giant fucking mountain.
That's
I'm like,
dangerous.
okay. Or you can go bungee jumping. And I was like,
Oh,
It's also
give me the
dangerous.
water. give me the risk of giving myself a concussion.
Or falling out of the boat.
See, yeah. And they were like, oh, don't worry, you're with an instructor. Well, little do they tell you is that instructor holds 4 boats, and you're on your own fucking boat with a bunch of other motherfuckers that don't know what they're doing.
Lord.
I'm
Oh,
surprised they
no.
didn't have skydiving in there. Like,
I
No.
wouldn't have done it. There's no
No.
way. Listen,
No.
bungee jumping, skydiving, no, not
so does
happening.
that mean, so you have a whole new respect for 82nd then?
No, I don't.
See,
Nobody likes
Craig's
those
cousin's
guys.
daughter for her 16th birthday did a jump out of an aeroplane, like a skydive out of an aeroplane. We watched the video of it, and she was so brave, and I was watching it going, fuck no, fuck
So,
no,
Mince-
no.
Mince,
Hey, do you want to hear a joke, Mike? You might get it. You know why they call the 101st the Screaming Eagles?
why?
Because they don't have their wings.
Sammy's like still processing. Men's has no idea. No, but hey,
that's a good military joke. So if anyone in the military is listening to that, it's a good joke for you.
so Men's, you know what the good thing about skydiving is?
None.
If your parachute fucks up, you got the rest of your life to try to figure it out.
But a bump.
Yeah, I saw things that is a once in a lifetime opportunity if your parachute fails.
Yeah, I bet.
And I was like,
fucking bet.
that is uncomfy, and I don't like that at all.
Meanwhile, we got to do with no parachute landing in a fucking net and surviving.
Right, I understand what you just said now.
Yeah, you got your whole life to figure it out.
Yeah, and then I got the once in a lifetime opportunity one. Oh, no. Oh.
I wonder what would fall first, hit the ground first, me or my piss?
I think you.
Do you think you'd feel it?
You would just get pissed on while you hit the ground.
See, that's okay. So you say that's my fear, though. My fear isn't the falling itself. My fear is the fucking hitting and feeling everything along
and living after you hit,
and living after I hit. It's being alive.
We were talking about this yesterday, me and Craig, because something happened at work that we had to deal with, which involved falling, and we were talking about, you know, these people that the Golden Gate Bridge, where they throw themselves off the Golden Gate Bridge, and like the few people that have survived it instantly regretted it, and I was like, could you imagine?
I fucking bet
surviving that.
Yeah, because like, they had like broken everything.
But they were like they were saying the minute they let go, they thought, shit, I don't want to do this. Like the minute they let go, they're like, I don't want to do this, but it was too late, and then they survived, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, so, probably the reason why you didn't want to do it is because you fucked that up too.
So shitty life hack. Always have a plan B.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem. It's the pain for me. Like I remember I went on a camp with school when I was young, and we did this.
Vince, did your door open?
Don't do that to me, okay? I am proper paranoid tonight. So, anyway, we went to this like camp thing, and they had this, I don't know if you call it the same, it's like a Jacob's ladder. So it was like a obstacle course, but you had to climb up quite high to get onto these things, and there was this really tall like stick. Well, it was like a pole, really, not a stick. It was like a pole. It was quite thick.
You guys heard that too, right?
Did you say dick?
I said stick.
No, I definitely heard dick.
We're playing this back, and you definitely said there was this really long dick.
Well, Grimmy, I don't know what's on your mind, okay, but it was a stick.
I heard it too.
And it was a pole. All right, Mike. All right. Sammy,
I looked at Mike's face real quick to see if he got it too, if I was just crazy, but Mike tilted his head and I was like, he heard it too. I thought it was
more like British lingo, like maybe that's what they call a pole, is a dick. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Jesus. But anyway, so it was really tall, and then there was like a little square platform on it that would be just about big enough for you to stand on. And you had to wear a harness, and then you were to stand on this really tall pole on this platform and then jump off and grab like a trapeze thing, and then hope that you grabbed it. And if you didn't, you would just kind of be hanging there in this harness, like in midair. And I was so scared. You had to use a ladder to get up to the bit where you could climb up. I couldn't even get to the top of the ladder. I was crying my eyes out. I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. And then we did abseiling. And then the guy who was letting go of my rope, I was crying, but I was like, no, I need to do this. And then he was joking around like, well, I've only ever dropped one person, and that was last week. And I was like, are you taking fucking piss? I thought I was going to die. He was like, yeah, I don't often drop people. And I was like,
back in my younger years, we had a place that it was like an old like grain silo that they had turned into like a rock climbing facility. And like they had the like things going up the inside and the outside. And like they had like rope, you know, like pulleys and stuff, and like you had like a friend that would like hold your rope like while you were going up and stuff. That was a lot of fun. and it wasn't as dangerous as it sounds. I would love to do that again, but fat, out of shape.
Does that? My best friend does rock climbing and
The
belaying.
people who
and
do
stuff.
it without any type of fucking support are insane.
You're probably gonna like the free climbers.
Yeah, free climbers and stuff.
Yeah, those
Free
guys can go
climbers
fuck
and free
themselves.
runners have my respect.
No, they can go fuck themselves.
I mean, jumping across tops of buildings and shit. Like,
Yeah, there's no way. I watch those guys give me anxiety, and I'm not even fucking doing it.
it's like
I was
it's like
just
watching
about
real
to
life
say,
Assassin's
those
Creed.
videos, I feel like I'm
yeah,
gonna die.
but then I see
watch
this
those videos,
asshole
I'm like, no.
that's like, "Hey guys, I'm on top of this skyscraper on the edge, and I'm gonna do a handstand." Like,
Or the
first of
ones
all,
that
dude,
like hold on with one arm and like just like
yeah, like, listen, you can go fucking fist yourself because this is enough of that.
I can't deal with this. Me and Sammy are out.
You don't understand. My heart is racing talking about this. I literally cannot handle this.
No,
Like
it's
I'm
awful.
literally I'm trying to get my mind off of listening to this by looking at other shit on my computer, and I cannot. My heart is beating so fast.
Well, let's
I fucking hate it.
let's switch gears then for a minute. So we can stop scaring everybody with, like our worst fears. But I wanted to bring up a subject of something that happened a couple of weeks ago. We haven't had a chance to talk about it. But I saw on my Facebook timeline about dating as a Gen Z and how dating is literally fucked for these people. All right,
I don't understand the Gen Zs and all that kind of stuff.
I'm going to put this image up for those of you who are watching on YouTube. And I'm going to read it to you. It says, "Stop going out on dates if you're not ready to have sex. Women expect men to take them out on dates and pay, but don't expect us to want sex. I'm saying stop going on dates with men if you're not ready and don't intend on having sex. I know the free meal and feeling and looking good is fun, but no man likes to be misled. We all want to be fucked. We all want to be fucked, so stop playing." And
you know what I feel?
We have to talk about this.
You know what I feel would solve the issue like completely is if you just split the check.
Take away men's rights.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Oh.
like
Yes, yes, Sammy.
no. I think like
Sorry.
with their problem is like they're like, oh, the guy's got to pay for the check, and then the guy's like, well, if I'm paying for food, I better get like a little road dome,
A little what? Sorry.
Roadhead.
But split the check. There you go.
But also, do you expect it from Brittany every single time you go out to dinner?
Oh, without a doubt. I'll sit there and be like,
Yeah, but you're married. That's different.
That is a little different.
That's
Without a
different. I mean, right.
we're at the
What
little pay
happened to
kiosk and it says pay
chivalry?
full or split. It's like, listen, it's like that TikTok. You getting it? We getting any tonight? No? Okay, split.
Happened to chivalry. Yeah, chivalry is dead.
No, listen, chivalry is opening up the door for somebody.
But
It's not
people don't
paying-
even do
it's
that
not,
anymore.
It's not paying, maybe not for you.
I want to
Right.
find the original
I
post that
can't.
I stole this from because the comments were pretty golden too. But anyways, yeah, so that's what it's like to date now. Is you're basically like expected to put out as, like instead of
expected.
instead of just like, hey, I'm gonna go meet this person and check out the vibes, and maybe if we like each other, like, hey, cool, something might happen, and if not, it's like, oh, hey, hey, thanks for meeting me, and you're a nice person, just not interested, type stuff. But no, it's like, I don't care if you're interested in me or not. I paid for your meal, so you need to fuck me. Like, what the fuck is that?
No,
What is
not
that shit?
acceptable.
I think it goes that it should fall under who said it? I think it was Shaq. Was it Shaq? I think it was Shaq. He goes, who paid? Oh no, it wasn't Shaq. It was 50 Cent. 50 Cent did an interview. He said, if you go out to dinner, who's paying for the bill? Is it you or the girl? And he said, whoever's idea it was to go out to dinner.
Fair.
That's
That's
a
fair.
good one.
I mean, it should never be expected that the man pays. I mean, there's been plenty of times that me and Craig have gone out for dinner, and I've paid for dinner
but you
because
guys are
I
together.
want to.
You
Yeah,
guys are
but
together.
But still, I mean, I would never just expect him to pay. Like, whenever we went out, even when we were seeing each other before we got together, I never expected him to pay for anything. I would always offer, and he would say, no, I'll pay. But then he never expected to stick his dick in me because he paid.
Yeah, because you try to break it.
I think they're.
Yeah.
I think the issue is the lack of the offer being out there. You know what I mean? Like, if they go out, they're like, people are like, oh, nobody offers to pick up the tab or offers to split.
I do think the younger generation, I do think, and this is just my opinion, but I think a lot of the younger generation females, it's an expectation, you know, for the men to pay when they take you out and stuff. But I don't.
But
and then
I'm going to play total devil's advocate here because I think I know what the point of this whole post was about. And I think it was saying that men are tired of going on all these dates and women just like getting free food and jetting because they play the nice guy. They play the nice guy.
It sounds like they need to, instead of looking at a pretty face, they need to look at their personality.
Yeah, because I mean, the girls that do that hustle, baby. You do you. I wish I had your balls.
But see, that's the same thing as like if a man did that shit, like that would like they would be crucified. But if a woman does, it's like, oh yeah, baby, you get it, you hustle, and it's like if a guy does, it's like fucked up.
Listen, the guy just needs to change his fucking game plan. Instead of being like, oh, you're gonna stay until the check comes, be like, hey, listen, gotta piss, and then you bounce. There you go.
But also, this is a double-edged sword. Because you say, okay, well, if I paid for your meal, you need to offer up your body. But then if I do that, well, you're a slut because you had sex on the first date.
Yep.
So what do you want? Do you want a woman that you want to get to know and know what her personality is? Or do you just want to fuck? Because if that's if you just want to fuck, just pay me how much we were going to go to dinner and we can fuck, bro. But if you want to get to genuinely know somebody, then we're going to go out and we're going to hang out in different areas of life, coffee, breakfast, lunch. We're going to go do stuff to get to know each other. But if you just want to fuck, baby, go hire a sex worker. They need bills. They got stuff to like, that's my outlook on it, because women, we're demonized way more. Like you say, hey, if a man does that, he's going to get crucified, but not really. In the grand scheme of it, really, no, because either way, the woman either is like, I have too much respect for myself to fuck you on the first date, or
and that makes her a bitch.
And it makes her a prude or a bitch. But then if you do it, well, then you're a slut and you have no self-respect. Okay, so but what do you want then?
I think,
and then it's like these men.
The situation. I mean, because if you're going in there being like, oh, I'm going to take her out to dinner and have sex and then not see her again. I mean, that's a totally different thing. I mean, if that's the intentions, if that's the intentions of the guy,
but see,
whoever posted this said that, then he's doing the wrong thing.
Sammy made a good point.
I guess, I agree, but I guess going back to where it's like, oh, the girls are going out with these guys and then getting free meals. I mean, what are you expecting in return? I mean, maybe that guy is expecting, maybe a second shot. Maybe not necessarily sex, but she's jetting on him.
But see, the thing is with that, though, it's like you get all these guys that will meet up with a girl, take her out for dinner, sleep with her, and never speak to her again, or they'll take her out on 2, 3, 4 dates, and then as soon as they sleep with her, they don't speak to her, they cut her off, and she doesn't exist. And whenever a guy does that and he says to his friends, oh yeah, I did this and this, I saw these girls over the last few weeks, he's a player. Oh yeah, get in there, you're getting some, you're getting loads of ladies.
Anymore, there's women who do that to men too.
And then we get called sluts.
No.
Somebody said...
no, y'all talking y'all's little girl groups on Facebook like, yeah, get it, girl.
Yeah, but it's like, I heard the expression once because I was having this conversation years ago when I was a teenager. And the guy said to me, a lock that can be opened by many keys is a shitty lock. A key that can open many locks is a master key.
Yeah,
and I was
heard
like,
that saying before, but
what? And he was like, yeah, so you sleep with loads of guys, you're a whore, but I sleep with loads of girls, and you know, I'm it. I was like, wow.
Man.
And I listen, I understand where that's coming from, like on terms, but I guess it depends upon. This is a hard one because that post is a shit post in itself. Because
it was meant to spark controversy. There's no...
Yeah, without a doubt, that guy is first of all doing the wrong things for ill intentions. But I mean, if you're looking,
Grimmy has a heart.
Yeah, because it's a stupid. Because the person who posted it's stupid. It's a stupid idea. It's dumb.
I mean, that leads me.
I found the post that he was talking about, and I'm reading through the comments, and I think that I'm a different type of female because a lot of people on here are like, yeah, women deserve respect. Agree, but so do men.
Of course.
Although I wish that all of their rights were taken away for about 100 years just so that they could feel how women do, feel naturally oppressed, all that stuff. Men are people too. So like,
I agree with the girls going, the man needs to buy everything, he needs to pay for everything. No, it's equal. I mean, we want equal rights, but then we want to be, not we as in Sammy and I, but females in general occasionally, like she says, we want respect, but respect isn't paying for dinner. Respect isn't having gifts showered on you and having everything you want. Respect is, okay, we're on a level.
I have this awesome post that I'm going to send to Sammy, and I just want to see the fumes come off her head later. It'll be fantastic. I'll give you a brief summary of it. That
but I really,
if the male population were to disappear, the entirety of it, the females would only live to a certain point, but before they died off. And if females were to suddenly disappear and all males were left, we would thrive until we just naturally died.
do you know that OSHA was created because of men?
And we didn't say all men.
No, but like, I'm a different, I feel like I don't fit into like the normal, like, this is gonna make me sound like a woman hater, but like the pick me bitch type stuff. Like, oh, if you're going to take me out, you need to pay for it. You need to show me respect. Like, it doesn't matter how I treat you. Absolutely no.
Those women are poor and they don't have money.
Like, they are people. Just because they are taking you out does not mean that you get to treat them like shit. No. And if they're a shitty person when you're out, by all means, treat them the same. But you go out with like a level playing field. Like, if you don't know them and they don't know you, you just kind of go out with like an open mind. But if you go out with like, I'm a woman, and if you want to deflower me, like you're going to treat me. No, absolutely not. Like you have a vagina. Like you're not anything. Like a vagina is not special. It's not pretty. A dick is not special or pretty. Like they're both ugly. Like they're both ugly in their own right. So like
that's why it's called
have you ever seen balls?
It's wait. It's called what?
I mean,
bumpin' uglies.
I mean, look how ugly those things are.
They're majestic.
These are kangaroo balls, by the way.
Majestic.
But, you know, same thing.
Majestic sack.
Okay, but I need another opinion. Okay, so let's just say that you scheduled this date, right? And like you were gonna go out with this person, and you got cold feet, right? You didn't want to actually meet them after it was all said and done. You made the plans and you just didn't show up, right? And then you get a lawsuit filed on you for $10,000.
What?
Because you stood someone up on a date. This happened to a man in Michigan. This is a true story. That she's suing him for $10,000 as a result of distress caused by him standing her up on a date. It says that Quashante Short filed a lawsuit against Richard Jordan in 2020, accusing him of intentional infliction of emotional distress caused by missing the date. Per TMZ, the legal documents allege that Richard intentionally hurt her feelings when he did not show up and left her mother's birthday, and her mom had just passed away. Quashante was demanding Jordan pay her $10,000 as a result of this distress.
Wait, did you say this happened in America?
In Michigan, yes.
Okay, yeah, I understand now.
Yeah. So I don't. that lawsuit in itself is fucking bullshit. But now I would agree with the lawsuit if it was a planned out event where money was already prepaid for. And the agreement was set, and there was no way to get money back. But then again,
that's not the damages of $10,000.
It's not the damages of $10,000 because your ass is stupid and got stood up.
But wait, I'm gonna go Billy Mays here. But wait, there's more. So
there's always more.
So this lady that is suing this man had her original lawsuit transferred out of the original court that it was filed in, because she questioned the judge for her knowledge of the law of perjury, saying she argued that she was accusing Jordan, the guy that she's suing, of committing perjury as a result of a misleading statement he put on a document filed to the judge saying that he wanted to meet her for dinner. The judge stopped her and reminded her that perjury can only occur in a courtroom because it's committed under oath, which Short took offense to. He put a document that stated a lie, she said, yelling over Judge Maribel Jr. Bottom line, you said it was a criminal offense, so I will send it to the circuit court. Are we done here? Are we done here? I know exactly what perjury means. This is what she said to this judge. The argument escalated, and Short and the judge eventually screaming over one another. And the judge said, "Please do not insult my intelligence. Do not do that. Do not insult my intelligence, as if I do not understand what the word perjury means. Do not do it. If it is a criminal offense, then it's a criminal offense." And Judge Maribel ended up transferring the case over to the circuit court, which means that the disgruntled pair will have to appear in front of another judge at a later date. And as of right now, that additional court date has not happened.
You know what's fucked up?
It's still going on?
Yeah.
Well, so nobody wants to hear this case because it's complete bullshit anyways.
You know what's fucked up is people who are trying to get like legitimate court cases they're like, oh, you gotta wait 5 years because this fucking cunt is putting in a fucking lawsuit over this bullshit, tying up the fucking courts right now, and you have to wait for your legitimate fucking lawsuit. And
this story that I just read, it didn't have the guy that's being sued, but I did read an additional story that had his statements on there. And he's in disbelief that this case wasn't just thrown out. He's like, how can you sue me for, one, suing me for perjury, which can't happen and not in a court of law. And two, I stood her up on a date, which has nothing to do with $10,000 in distress because her mom died. Like, that's not my fault. I just got busy and had shit to do or whatever, you know, like I just didn't feel like going. Or maybe to me, he dodged a fucking bullet.
Oh yeah. He dodged a bullet.
Because holy shit.
Big time.
Like I said, that lawsuit would only stand if stuff was prepaid. But if nothing was prepaid, then go fuck yourself.
Like I could imagine, like, okay, hey, we're gonna go on a vacation and you're invited, but then you don't show up, and like, okay, now I'm out all this money that I paid on this vacation because you didn't show up. Like, makes sense. Going out to dinner, get the fuck out of here.
Though. I would not take you to court at the first instance. I would ask you nicely for the money.
He probably ghosted her.
You didn't come on holiday. I'm out like $5,000. Can you please, pay me back?
Here's what I think happened.
If you were being a full-on twat, I'd be like, right, okay.
I think she probably
changed his number.
She probably contacted him and was like, "Hey, you need to pay me for the date," and he's like, "Nah, bro." Like, no.
I didn't even eat anything, and I wasn't gonna get sex at the end. So why am I gonna pay?
Right?
Yeah. She's like, by the way, I ordered like a lobster, fucking filet mignon. The bill's like $5,000 that I'm out now.
Good, yeah. I'm glad you had a good time.
But you got to pay for it because you flaked.
Yeah.
How about suck my ass?
That's the one. Suck my ass, bitch.
People are so fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Lawsuits are fucking crazy. There's a dude that fucking got sued by a burglar because he fell through his his fucking what's it, the
Roof? Ceiling?
The ceiling?
no, it's what's that window that's in your ceiling? I can't remember.
Oh, like a skylight.
Yeah.
Skylight. There we go. He fell through his skylight in the kitchen and fell onto a kitchen knife and stabbed himself. So he sued the homeowner that he was breaking into his house and won that.
You know, that actually probably happened in Europe, because I know that Germany has a law that if somebody else gets hurt on your property, no matter what, because of your like negligence or whatever, like you're liable for it.
Yeah, like if you don't like
if you don't scoop the snow off of like the sidewalk in front of your house and somebody slips and like breaks their leg, like you're liable for their like them getting hurt. So you know, it's like, oh well, how dare you put the skylight on this rooftop and this guy falls through it and like stabs himself with a knife. Like,
yeah, he's like, I'm about to rob you of your fucking shit.
It's like the same people who like break into somebody's house in like Texas and then like they get shot and then they're like, oh, I'm suing you for shooting me. Or like the family's like suing you for like killing them because they broke into your house. It's like
they can.
Not in Texas.
So it depends. You got to be careful, because the cops will tell you that if they are not on your porch, that their illegal repercussions can follow the homeowner for it. So what they advise people to do is, if someone breaks into your house and they step off your porch or they fall off your porch after you shoot them,
you drag
them back onto your porch.
Yep.
Before the cops show up.
Yeah, because if they die off of your property, then you're liable for it.
Yeah, you're liable for shit like that. They have to die on your property.
Unless you're in Florida, because you can shoot people in the back in Florida. There's a big case about that. Like many years ago.
That's an iffy thing, and I don't know.
That George Zimmerman case from like fucking like 10 years ago or something like that, where like
I think that was a different. I think George Zimmerman was different.
That was in Florida though, but the kid was literally like running away and like he like shot him in the back and killed him. And like,
was he running away? I thought he was just
running away.
He had like his headphones in.
He didn't hear the guy yelling at him, and so then like he turned around and saw the dude pointing a gun at him. He took off running, and like the dude shot him.
Oh, okay, so that's what happened.
Because he was scared of him because he was a racist.
Because he was, well, yeah, he was. I think he was. Wasn't he
black
like
kid wearing a hood walking down the street of a prominently white rich neighborhood? Obviously, he's up to no good, and so Zimmerman shot him.
Yeah, it was a good old racism thing.
Yeah.
But wasn't he like doing work there or something like that?
No,
like
he literally walked to the store to get some fucking Skittles and like just took a shortcut through that neighborhood. Literally what I was doing.
And I don't even know why it was racist, because George Zimmerman is not Caucasian.
It doesn't matter. You can be racist if he's not black. He's
listen, that itself is a racist remark, just to assume that he's not.
Hashtag Sammy gets canceled.
He's white.
Well, I mean,
he's a racist.
No, I mean, like, but when you think about it, like, okay, he was walking through a predominantly white neighborhood, a rich white neighborhood, but
so he was white from what you said?
No, he's Puerto Rican.
He's Puerto Rican who shot a African American, and he was acquitted too, by the way.
Yes, he was.
Because he's not white. So it's not racist, right, Sammy?
According to George Zimmerman.
Right, Sammy? Only white people could be racist.
No, I don't agree with that at all. Everybody can be racist.
I'm out.
Everyone can be racist.
Only white people could be racist.
White people are the worst, but
yeah. We're treading on dangerous grounds.
On that dangerous ground.
We are skipping across the edge of the fucking cliff right now. Right here, right now.
It's a fun thing we could do.
Lord,
I don't advise. I kind of like our show. You know, we don't have the biggest following, but you know, this could be our moment that we blow up. Is whenever somebody's like, "Yeah, check out these fucks," and we end up on fucking TMZ or some shit.
TMZ. I'm about to call out.
Just saying, if we do end up on TMZ, we want a fair cut.
No, they won't pay you shit.
They won't pay you. You actually have to pay
policy
them
on YouTube says
TMZ.
they don't got to pay you shit.
Well, I'm telling you got to pay me because I'm not American, all right? I know my rights.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
You don't even know who fucking Christopher Columbus is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You're not wrong.
You know what's it's sad? We didn't even get to like 5 of the topics that I had written down.
No, because you guys spent 30 minutes making me have a borderline anxiety
Listen,
attack
it was-
talking about heights.
Listen, it was totally worth it.
No, it's not.
We won't ever talk about
But that's
it again.
okay, because we'll just talk about them on the next show, which will be
Yeah.
probably 2 weeks from now, because
We talked about how Mints has somebody or something in her house.
it's behind you.
You know how you can tell Mints is because look at you and Sammy have the same background, right? Then their backgrounds are both blurred. Your camera is having a very difficult time keeping focus, meaning it's trying to keep on focus on something behind you too.
No, stop it.
So it's having
Stop
a hard
it.
time.
No,
Because every
stop
time
that.
it'll
makes total
unfocus
sense.
out you and focus through something behind you. So it's picking up on something. Like right now, it gets like darker in your room and then lighter. So it's trying to focus up on
No.
whatever's there. Look at
I
Sammy.
said
I have
no.
a blurred background because I am
We kind
the
of
worst type of domestic
Listen,
partner that there is, and I fucking hate cleaning. I hate
I'm just
inside
saying.
cleaning. And so I got fucking, my sheets are off my bed. I'm washing them. I got underwear on my bed because why not? So,
I'm just saying that yours is not fucking up the focus. Mints, the
Hey,
demon's
right,
trying
hold
to
on
get
a
into the
minute.
fucking camera.
No. You know for a fact I have a shitty camera and it does this all the time. You're just trying to get in my head. I swear to God, if you do this to me, I will force you. I will force you to stay on voice chat with me all night.
I won't. I got things.
I will make it happen.
Better
I will
things to do.
constantly call you. I will constantly call you. You don't understand. You
find
make me
Brittany.
scared. I will. I'll be like, no, this is not okay.
listen.
like Brittany.
Just message us if you hear noises, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. But we'll be there for moral support.
You know what's weird is you
That.
keep getting that
I'll
like
go to next door's house.
You
I'll
keep
go.
getting like little flickery
The
red
ghost orbs.
lights in the
Stop it.
There's
background
fucking
over
ghost
my
orbs
doors.
behind her.
Stop it. Stop
Like
it.
eyes. They look like little red eyes over by your doorway.
I'm finished with you.
And speaking of finished, we are out of time for today, so we'll be back in a couple of weeks. So thank
Well,
you
I
all
might
so
not
much.
be. I might be dead.
Thank you. I mean, we're not that blessed.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck you,
Says
Grimmy.
you in a church.
Yeah, I'm in my church.
Yeah, he's fine.
No
He's not
demons
haunted
here.
anymore.
I'm handing in my notice with immediate effect. I resign.
No demons over here.
Decline.
done.
You have to stay.
Decline.
No!
You still owe us money.
I don't owe you shit.
I still need to send Mince his candy box.
Yeah, we suck.
Still got yours. I've still got
What do you
yours.
send her
Still in
for
my room.
candy?
American shit, man. I can't spoil it.
Yeah, a lot of it's a
Are
surprise,
you doing well, you can't open it until we get on. Do this.
including
We're
I
gonna
mean,
do it.
including the
Send
used
yours.
condom that's in there. Don't worry about that.
That would be fucking hysterical.
Thank you so much.
Do you think that would get through customs?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's freaking.
There's one
put
yes
a little
and one no.
biological
Let's try
sticker
it.
on it. Put a little bio sticker on it. It'd be all right.
Don't even do that. Just leave it.
I would cry. I would cry. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd be like, oh, I've got Mike's DNA.
It's not mine. It's
What?
hers.
In the
I didn't say it was
absolute
Oh, okay. I had images.
shit. Are you what
Nothing. We're
what is in your brain?
nothing. We're leaving now. Bye.
Who are you talking to?
Thanks for
Your friend.
Thanks for watching.
Your friend.
Bye.
We'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Grimmy, no, go fuck yourself. Nothing.
No, I got nothing for you.
that
Hey,
sucks.
Grimmy.